Hey everybody, this is Larry Kitchen, and this is a video about how to paint a black and white portrait. Now we're going to start with the basic outline. I began with a grid drawing first. You can see the pencil line there from a photograph of Jimmy Stewart. Then quickly went on to paint in black line with black paint and a filbert brush, and went over my basic edges and shapes. Following that, then I began to lay in the dark shapes of shadows and edge lines. Now I'm moving on to lay in some of the very dark gray shadows. And I think you can see that with the work progressing, I'm going to move from dark to light. I laid in a little bit of mid-tone gray there in the cheeks and around the eyes, and just blocking in that area. You know, sometimes I'll paint the surface solid gray before I ever begin drawing. That does save you the mid-tones. So you should think about three values as you're painting your portrait: mid-tones, the medium gray that you see there in the cheeks, the shadows, the dark areas, and the highlights. And if you try to work in those and try not to mix them too much, then your paintings will come out a little bit better. I find that I like those distinct areas to be separate from each other and not always totally blended out. Now you can see now that I've got a maul stick across the painting. That's a prop for your hand so you can get in there and lay in the details. I do sort of bounce around as I paint, so you'll notice at this point that I'm building up the highlight area from the halftone or the mid-tone of his face. So jumping back now to a little bit of shadow work. And in my paintings, I sort of bounce back and forth from those three values. You'll notice sometimes I'm laying in darks, like right there, and then others I'll get an urge to bring up more highlight. As there, I'm sort of working on shadow, and it probably won't be long until I start laying in even more highlight. Sometimes with a gray surface, you can just paint with white and then let that kind of set up, and then paint white right back on it and build up a brighter and brighter highlight. You'll notice also the use of the paintbrush is different in my hand. Sometimes I'll hold it like a pencil, other times more like a butcher knife, sort of carving as in larger areas. The detail work, of course, with the maul stick laid across makes it much easier to control, the area that you're painting. Now, I've painted this work fairly large just so you can see the details. There goes some of the hair strokes. And it is speeded up 20 times its actual speed, so that this clip has ended up being about a 3.5 minute piece, just so we can get there a little quicker. I think this painting took me about an hour or so to do. And so you can get the feel of it, though, pretty quick, that doing a portrait doesn't take all that long. If you'll get a good drawing, then use those three gray, the mid-tone, the shadow, and the highlight. So I hope you've enjoyed this. It's been fun doing it for you. See you next time.